Hey guys, it's Tatum Lindemann, also known as the Weight Loss Diva, and today I want to share with y'all my weight loss story. Keep in mind, this is my first YouTube video, and I'm so excited to share with y'all recipes, tips, and much more. So let's get started. So I started this whole journey when I was 13 years old. One night in January of 2016, I decided I was unhappy with my body and I wanted to lose weight. I did think about it before, but that night I became really serious about it and I decided I wasn't going to wait till that Monday or something like that because it never gets done if you plan like that. So I started the next day by cutting my portions down. I cut my portions down for about a month, and then after I did that, I lost 10 to 15 pounds. And cutting my portions down was a big part of my weight loss journey because it just helped me so much and it helps me now. So that was a really big step already starting off in my weight loss journey. My next step was starting to incorporate good foods and push out the bad foods. But I was just incorporating good foods and I still had the bad foods there. Because I thought it was going to be so hard to cut out bad foods because I was so accustomed to eating all these bad foods and I ate as much as I wanted. So once I incorporated the vegetables, I actually like vegetables, I really do. And I liked the bad food at the time. So I kind of try to use the vegetables to push out the bad food. And once I did that, I still had the bad food in my life, but it wasn't as big of a deal. And so a couple weeks later, or a month or two later, after I've done all these two steps that were really big steps, I decided I really need to cut out sugary stuff too. So sugary stuff and bad foods was a really hard thing that I struggled with because that's all I ate was bad foods and sugary stuff. For instance, I would come home every day from school when I was in 6th and 7th grade and I would eat a whole package or two of ramen noodles. Well, if you look on the back of one package of ramen noodles, that is 2 servings per package. So I was essentially eating 4 servings if I ate 2 packages that day. I just thought it was so crazy looking back on it now that I would eat that much ramen noodles. I don't even eat them now. I do want some sometimes, but I don't ever eat them because I want to get addicted to them again. So on the sugary and bad foods, I was, like I said, addicted to those. So that's why it was so hard to cut them out. I was addicted to eating candy, and so I ate candy or something that was sugary every single day. For instance, I would eat a candy bar. We would go to the store and I would get a candy bar and I would eat that whole candy bar. And I would do that every single day. So I decided I had to get with the mindset that I got to cut out these candy bars. I got to cut out the candy and just eat it in moderation. Not maybe eat it like every week or every day. Don't eat it every day, but maybe eat it once every 2 weeks or something like that. Coming up with something like that to get your mindset into it. So after I started to kind of shift that, it really took off from there with the eating healthy. It kind of just came a lifestyle with the changing. And yes, it took me like probably 6 months to get the way I ate on track. And it took so long, like I said, was because I was so accustomed to that. I was so accustomed to eating crazy portions and eating unhealthy, sugary, bad foods because that was just my lifestyle. So once I changed my lifestyle, I then decided to add to my lifestyle by incorporating exercising. I incorporated exercising by downloading this app named Sworkit. It's in the App Store still. I will post a link down below. And Sworkit was life-changing for me when it came to exercising. they had simple to advanced workouts, which was exactly what I needed. So when I did these simple exercises, I did those for about a month to a month and a half. And then I started incorporating harder exercises. I remember I used to not be able to do mountain climbers, but there's a little skip button at the bottom, and you can click that, and if you don't like that exercise or you can't do it, you can go to the next one. Or maybe if you know a alternative, like an easier way to do it, you could do that. So I took little steps that helped me, and Sparkit was one of the big steps because I never exercised in my whole life unless it was sports. And even in sports, I was pretty lazy when it came to running and stuff like that. So when I incorporated the exercising, I said it took a month and a half with the simple ones, about a month and a half. Then I incorporated the advanced. I did 10 minutes of that. Then after that, I started doing completely advanced, but I did that for less time. I did it, I think, for about 20, maybe 10 to 20 minutes, because I don't want to push myself too hard, as like I said, I never worked out. So after I incorporated that and I had the food thing right, I kind of had like my base to what was going on. So then I had to start, getting the rest of it. So I then started cutting out things that I ate every day, like carbs. Right now I do not have all my carbs cut out, and I'm not going to, because personally I don't like cutting out all my carbs, because some of them I use for sweet tooths, not like I have these apple chips I eat. And if I cut those out, then what am I going to have in place? I know you got to find other things, but right now I'm still trying to work on cutting things out. But currently right now I'm working on cutting out my carbs. I do not eat buns for burgers anymore or anything like that. And I've upped my protein intake because that's just what I do in place of carbs. So you got to take little baby steps, and you can't do everything at once or you'll just be overwhelmed. So that's what I did. In that year period, I did each little step within like a month or a couple weeks or whatever worked for me. And I feel like you can do that too. It's easy to do it in little intervals. Don't do everything at once. Don't start working out and eating healthy and cutting everything out all in one day, because it's going to be really tough on you. So now let me explain to y'all what my goals are for this channel. So my goals for this channel are to inspire young people to hopefully become healthier and happier with themselves. For instance, when I was overweight, I would get made fun of because of my weight, and I would also in turn bully myself. I would look in the mirror and shame myself for my weight. Now, I know people aren't supposed to bully, but really I use what they said to me as fuel to become happier and healthier, because I would be a lot happier if I was, healthier. So when I did that, I was just so happy. But I also used their words sometimes and used it to do the total opposite of what they were making fun of me for. So if they were making fun of me for my weight, I would, go eat a bag of Cheetos, because I was rebelling against what they were saying, because I didn't want to listen to them. But then I started realizing, I'm not doing this for them. I'm doing this for myself. I don't need to listen to what people say. I need to listen to what I say when it comes to good things. Now, if you do need to listen to what other people say if it's good and it's good about your health. But if they're making fun of you, do not listen to what they say. You need to just let that fuel you to become stronger and push yourself harder. So that's what I've done a lot to kind of cope with the bullying. And now I don't get bullied at all, because I kind of just, if somebody does bully me, I just let it bounce off. So also, I want to tell y'all a little information, kind of bumps in the road. My parents are not on board. They were at first not on board with me with this. They did not start eating healthier because I was. They didn't exercise because I was. I did this completely on my own. So it was myself that wanted to change. It wasn't because everybody else was doing it or my whole family was doing it or they were doing something different. It's because I decided I wanted to become happier and healthier. Some more information is I went through points in my weight loss journey where I was depressed, honestly. I got on medicine for it, and I decided I sometimes actually get to the point where I'm upset, but I've realized if I exercise that day, my depression is completely gone. It's because working out makes me so happy. It makes me feel so good about myself. So my depression, I figured out how to cope with it. If I do get upset or depressed about my weight, I just go run. Because it's just the way I cope with it. And I realize most people will go through depression in their weight loss journey because it's such a big change. So some more. I recommend this, but at the same time I don't. And it's calorie counting. I'm not sure if I said it before in this video, but I used to calorie count at the beginning of my weight loss journey. I did calorie count, and I did it off and on. But I figured out I was not eating enough. I was eating about 1,000 calories a day, and that is not enough. And I was also working out on top of that. That is just insane. So I started incorporating in more calories after I cut calorie counting out. Now, every once in a while, I will keep mindfully of how many calories I've ate a day. Like yesterday, I had a healthy tortilla and I had all this stuff, and I kind of just got my calculator and did an estimate of how many calories I ate a day, and I ate about 1,500, and that's about how much I eat a day. So I just kind of, you just got to be mindful of those things. You can't, when it came to calorie counting, I felt like I was starving myself. Also, another thing is the sugary stuff. I get terrible sugar cravings a lot, and you got to think of alternatives. I have some of those alternatives actually, but you got to come up with alternatives and stuff like that to come in place of those sugary things. And I don't really crave bread, so I don't really have any replacements for bread or anything, but I do for popcorn. I eat popcorn for my replacement for chips and stuff like that. And I will talk to y'all a lot more about some of those extra things I told y'all about in some more of my videos. I will also be sharing with y'all recipes. I have tons of super simple recipes because I am only 15 years old, and I definitely want to be sharing with y'all what I like to eat and simple stuff, because if you are young and you're living at home and your mom makes pasta and you don't know what to eat, well, you can eat a healthy pizza, and I will share that recipe with y'all. A healthy pizza, which is so simple. It's like 4 ingredients if you add toppings. So super easy, stuff like that. And in place of ice cream, I eat an ice cream called Halo Top, my favorite, to kind of get rid of that extra craving. So you got to think of replacements for the foods you love. And really, those healthy foods are now better than the old foods that are bad for you. That's what I think. The bad foods don't actually taste good anymore to me. So once you get in the mindset, you will get this, and you got this. So anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed today. If you liked, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or any ideas for me, please comment below. Thank you.